In the heart of Lagos, two billionaire ex-lovers, torn between their careers and love, reunite at a glittering gala. Will love or ambition win? Secrets, scandals, and a shocking twist await. Subscribe to Danfo Diaries, like, comment, and share for this epic Nigerian saga. The Lagos Music and Finance Gala of 2025 pulsed with energy, its venue nestled in the glittering heart of Lagos, Nigeria, where skyscrapers pierced the humid night sky. Chandeliers cast golden light over Nigeria's elite, their laughter mingling with the clink of champagne glasses and the faint rhythm of Afrobeat drifting from hidden speakers. Amara Nwankwo stepped onto the red carpet, her emerald gown shimmering like a jewel against her ebony skin. Cameras flashed, capturing every angle of the global music sensation. Her soulful Afrobeat anthems had conquered airwaves, filled stadiums from Lagos to London, and earned her a Grammy, cementing her status as a billionaire at 32. Yet tonight, her pulse quickened not for the spotlight but for a ghost from her past. Across the crowded ballroom, she saw him. Kelechi Okoye stood tall, his tailored charcoal suit hugging a frame that had grown sharper, more commanding, since their youth. His Forex trading empire, built on daring market moves, had made him one of Nigeria's youngest billionaires. His dark eyes, once so familiar, scanned the room until they locked with hers. Time folded in on itself. It was 2015 again, in a cramped Yaba flat, where Amara, then a struggling singer, belted out melodies while Kelechi, a restless trader, pored over charts. They were dreamers, broke but bound by love, until ambition tore them apart. Late-night gigs clashed with his sleepless trading sessions. Arguments flared over her missed rehearsals and his risky bets. "You're choosing music over us," he'd accused. "And you're gambling our future away," she'd shot back. Their breakup was a wound neither had fully healed. Now, a decade later, they stood as strangers in a sea of wealth. Amara's heart thudded, a rhythm no song could capture. Kelechi approached, his smile polite but laced with something deeper, regret, perhaps, or longing. "Amara," he said, his voice low, carrying the same velvet cadence she'd once fallen for. "It's been too long." She nodded, her throat tight. "Kelechi. You've done well." His chuckle was soft, almost shy. "So have you. The world sings your songs." Their small talk danced around the past, each word a step on fragile ground. Around them, Lagos elite whispered, sensing the weight of their reunion. A tech mogul nearby raised a glass, oblivious to the history unfolding. As the gala swirled on, Amara performed a brief set, her voice soaring through a new single, Rivers of Us, a ballad laced with nostalgia. The crowd swayed, but her eyes kept finding Kelechi, standing at the back, his gaze unwavering. Was it love that lingered, or the ache of what might have been? The night drew to a close, and as Amara moved toward the exit, Kelechi caught her arm. His touch was electric, a spark that hadn't dulled in 10 years. He pressed a folded note into her hand, his fingers lingering. "Read it when you're alone," he murmured, then vanished into the crowd. In her chauffeured Bentley, Amara unfolded the note. His handwriting, still sharp and slanted, read, "Meet me at our old spot. Midnight." The words hit like a drumbeat. Their old spot, the Blue Note Jazz Club in Yaba, where they'd shared dreams and stolen kisses between her amateur sets. Her mind raced. She was no longer the naive girl who'd loved him fiercely, nor was he the reckless trader betting it all on a hunch. They were titans now, with empires to protect. Going to him risked opening old wounds, but ignoring the note meant burying their story forever. The Lagos skyline blurred past her window, alive with neon and promise. Her phone buzzed, her manager, urging her to prep for a world tour. Yet her heart thudded with one question: would she go? Amara's car pulled up to the Blue Note Jazz Club in Yaba, its neon sign flickering against the Lagos night. Once a gritty hideout for dreamers, the club had morphed into a trendy hotspot, its walls now lined with sleek art and its stage hosting Nigeria's rising stars. The humid air carried the scent of jollof rice and grilled suya from nearby vendors, blending with the soulful hum of a saxophone drifting through the open door. Amara hesitated, her heart a drumbeat of doubt and desire. Kelechi's note, "Meet me at our old spot." Midnight, burned in her mind. She adjusted her silk scarf, shielding her face from curious eyes, and stepped inside, the past rushing back like a tidal wave. Inside, the club glowed with dim amber lights, casting shadows over velvet booths. Memories flooded her, 2015, her voice raw and unpolished, singing covers between sips of palm wine, Kelechi clapping loudest from their corner table. They'd steal kisses during breaks, dreaming of a future bigger than their broke reality. Now, she spotted him there, in that same corner, his billionaire polish softened by the candlelight. Kelechi's eyes, warm and searching, met hers as she approached. "You came," he said, his voice a low melody, stirring her soul. "I almost didn't," Amara admitted, sliding into the booth, her red dress catching the light. They ordered drinks, Star beer for him, Chapman for her, and the conversation flowed, tentative at first, then warm with nostalgia. "Remember when we'd sneak in here after your sets?" Kelechi said, a smile tugging at his lips. "You'd sing till your voice gave out, and I'd be charting trades on napkins." Amara laughed, the sound bittersweet. "We thought we'd conquer the world together." Silence fell, heavy with what-ifs. He leaned closer, his gaze intense. "Every trade I made, Amara, I named it after you. A silent piece of us I carried." Her breath caught. "And, heartbeat of Lagos," she confessed, "every note was you. Your fire, your chaos." The admission hung between them, a fragile bridge over a decade of distance. But the present loomed. Amara's music empire demanded a grueling world tour, Paris, New York, Tokyo, starting in weeks. Kelechi's trading firm was betting billions on a risky crypto venture, a make-or-break move that consumed him. "We're still choosing our dreams over each other," Amara said, her voice tight. Kelechi reached for her hand, his touch a spark. "Maybe this time we don't have to choose." The words were a dare, a hope, but doubt shadowed her heart. Could they rewrite their story, or were they doomed to repeat it? Then, a flash pierced the dimness, a camera shutter. Amara froze as a paparazzo, half hidden behind a pillar, darted out the door. Kelechi cursed under his breath. "Lagos never sleeps," he muttered. By morning, the tabloids erupted, billionaire exes rekindle romance, screamed the headlines, the grainy photo of their booth moment plastered across social media. The frenzy threatened Amara's carefully curated image as Nigeria's untouchable queen of Afrobeat and Kelechi's reputation as a disciplined trader. Fans and trolls alike buzzed on X, speculating about their past, their motives, their hearts. Worse came at dawn. Amara's manager, Funmi, came to her sleek Okoye office. "Kelechi's firm is under investigation," she said, sliding a tablet across the desk. The report detailed whispers of insider trading, suspicious deals tied to his crypto launch. Amara's stomach churned. Was this the man she'd loved, who'd named trades after her? Or had success twisted him into someone new? She stared at the Lagos skyline, its chaos mirroring her thoughts. The jazz club's warmth felt like a dream now, replaced by a chilling question: could she trust the man who still held her heart? Amara's heels clicked against the marble floor of Kelechi's glass-towered office in Victoria Island, the Lagos skyline sprawling beyond the floor-to-ceiling windows. The headquarters of Okoye Capital buzzed with traders barking into headsets, screens flashing red and green. Kelechi stood behind his desk, his face taut, the weight of the insider trading allegations etched in his furrowed brow. "It's a lie, Amara," he said, his voice steady but raw. "A rival, Billionaire, framed me to sabotage my crypto launch. He's been gunning for me since I outbid him on a London deal." His vulnerability, rare for the billionaire trader, disarmed her. She wanted to believe him, but the tabloids' venom and Funmi's warnings gnawed at her trust. "Prove it," she challenged, arms crossed, her gold bangles glinting. Kelechi stepped closer, his cologne a familiar mix of oud and ambition. "I'm still the man you loved," he murmured, his eyes searching hers. The air crackled, and before she could pull back, he cupped her face, their lips meeting in a fleeting kiss. It was 2015 again, fierce, reckless, alive. Amara's heart surged, but doubt lingered as she stepped back, breathless. Had success warped him, or was he still her Kelechi? She left his office with no answers, only the heat of his touch and a storm of questions. Meanwhile, Amara's own empire trembled. A leaked demo surfaced online, exposing an unreleased track that sampled a local Yoruba artist's melody without credit. Social media erupted, hashtags like #AmaraSteals trending across Nigeria. Fans who'd crowned her Afrobeat's queen now called her a thief. Her team scrambled, tracing the leak to an anonymous source. Amara, stung by the betrayal, issued a public apology, promising to credit and compensate the artist, but the damage was done. Her world tour loomed, and sponsors whispered about pulling out. Lagos, once her muse, felt like a cage. As their empires wobbled, Amara and Kelechi found solace in each other, meeting secretly in Lagos' hidden corners, a quiet rooftop bar in Surulere, a moonlit beach in Lekki. Over plates of pepper soup and bottles of Gulder, they bared their fears. "I'm losing control," Amara confessed, her voice cracking. Kelechi squeezed her hand. "We'll fix this. Together." Their rekindled bond was a lifeline, but trust was fragile, tested by the scandals shadowing them. Then, a twist unraveled. Kelechi's tech team traced the paparazzo's payment from the jazz club to a shell company linked to Temi Adebayo, his former business partner. Temi, a ruthless trader with a razor-sharp mind, had split from Kelechi years ago after a bitter fallout. Digging deeper, Amara's team found Temi's fingerprints on the leaked demo, her network of hackers planting the file to spark outrage. Temi had orchestrated both scandals, manipulating evidence to pit Amara and Kelechi against each other. Her motive? Cripple Kelechi's crypto launch and tarnish Amara's fame, securing her own dominance in Nigeria's elite circles. The revelation hit like a thunderbolt. Amara and Kelechi met at a secluded cafe in Ikeja, the hum of generators outside masking their urgent whispers. "She played us," Kelechi said, his jaw tight. "Temi wants us broken, professionally and personally." Amara's eyes blazed. "She underestimated us." United by betrayal, they vowed to expose Temi, their shared resolve reigniting the fire of their youth. But the stakes were higher now. Could their rekindled love withstand the pressure of a public war? And what other secrets lurked in the shadows of their past? Amara and Kelechi's partnership crackled with electricity, their shared resolve forged in the crucible of betrayal. Holed up in a sleek Lagos penthouse overlooking the Atlantic, they strategized like generals before a war. Maps of Temi's financial web sprawled across a glass table, alongside Amara's tour schedules and Kelechi's crypto projections. Their chemistry was undeniable, stolen glances, fingers brushing as they passed documents, a rhythm that echoed their past love. "We take her down publicly," Amara said, her voice fierce. Kelechi nodded, his eyes glinting. "And we do it where it hurts, her reputation." Their plan was bold: expose Temi at the Lagos Finance Summit, a high-stakes event live-streamed to millions, where Nigeria's elite would witness her fall. Amara struck first, leveraging her fame to shift the narrative. At a packed charity concert in Atlantic, she took the stage under a canopy of stars, her white Ankara gown glowing against the Lagos night. The crowd roared as she debuted a new song, "Truth in the Fire," its lyrics a subtle nod to the sampling scandal. "I rise from the ashes, my heart's my own," she sang, her voice raw with emotion. Fans erupted, posting clips across X, drowning out the #AmaraSteals hate with praise for her authenticity. Backstage, Kelechi watched, pride and longing in his gaze. "You're unstoppable," he whispered, squeezing her hand. Her smile hid the weight of the battle ahead. Meanwhile, Kelechi worked in the shadows, his tech team dissecting Temi's digital footprints. Late nights in his Victoria Island office revealed encrypted emails and offshore accounts linking Temi to the forged insider trading documents. They uncovered her payments to the paparazzo and the hacker who leaked Amara's demo. Every piece was a nail in Temi's coffin. "She thought she could bury us," Kelechi told Amara over a midnight call, his voice taut with triumph. She's about to learn we don't break. The Lagos Finance Summit arrived, its venue a gleaming arena in Lekki buzzing with Nigeria's power players. Temi, poised in a crimson suit, schmoozed with investors, unaware of the trap. Amara and Kelechi entered together, their presence turning heads. As Temi took the stage to pitch her latest venture, Kelechi signaled his team. The massive screens behind her flickered, replaced by damning evidence, screenshots of her forged documents, bank transfers to the paparazzo, and texts ordering the demo leak. The crowd gasped, murmurs rippling like wildfire. Temi's face drained of color as Kelechi stepped to the mic. "This is the truth about Temi Adebayo," he declared, his voice steady. Amara joined him, her presence amplifying the moment. "We're done with lies," she said, her gaze locking with Temi's. The live stream exploded online, Temi's empire crumbling in real time as investors pulled out and regulators circled. The victory was sweet but short-lived. That night, in a quiet Okoye lounge, Kelechi's team uncovered a deeper twist. Temi hadn't acted alone. Bank records traced her funding to Chief Okonkwo, Amara's longtime mentor. The grizzled music mogul, who discovered Amara at a talent show in Surulere, had bankrolled Temi's schemes, fearing Amara's love for Kelechi would derail her global career. "He thought he was protecting you," Kelechi said, handing Amara the evidence, his voice gentle. Betrayal cut deep. Chief Okonkwo had been her rock, her guide through Nigeria's cutthroat music scene. Amara faced a wrenching choice: forgive the man who'd shaped her or sever ties forever. Kelechi, too, stood at a crossroads. His crypto venture, now cleared of scandal, was poised to make him Nigeria's richest man, but it required relocating to Dubai for a year to oversee its global rollout. Leaving meant risking his fragile reunion with Amara. Over a candlelit dinner of egusi stew and pounded yam, they bared their fears. "I can't lose you again," Kelechi admitted, his hand trembling as it held hers. Amara's eyes shimmered. "But we can't lose ourselves either." The Lagos skyline twinkled beyond, a city of dreams and dilemmas, as they grappled with the cost of their triumph and the shadows of a deeper betrayal. Amara stood in her Lagos penthouse, the city's skyline a mosaic of lights beyond the glass walls. The air was thick with the scent of jasmine from a nearby diffuser, but her mind churned with heavier thoughts. Kelechi sat across from her on a plush velvet couch, his tailored blazer discarded, revealing a vulnerability that mirrored her own. The fallout from exposing Temi and Chief Okonkwo had left them victorious but bruised, their empires intact but their hearts at a crossroads. Amara's world tour loomed, a relentless schedule that would pull her across continents. Kelechi's crypto venture, now greenlit, demanded his presence in Dubai to seal partnerships that could crown him Nigeria's richest man. Their love, rekindled through fire and betrayal, was undeniable, but could it survive their dreams? "I could pause the tour," Amara said, her voice soft but steady, her fingers tracing the rim of a glass of palm wine. "Stay here, rebuild what we're starting." Kelechi's eyes met hers, dark and searching. "And I could delay Dubai," he countered, leaning forward. "Focus on us, prove I'm not running from you again." The words hung heavy, a fragile promise in a world of ambition. They'd fought so hard to reclaim their bond, yet the same forces that tore them apart in 2015, her music, his trades, loomed larger now, magnified by billions and global stakes. Lagos hummed below, its chaos a reminder of the life they'd built and the one they'd lost. Then, a secret shifted everything. Amara's hand trembled as she set down her glass. "There's something I haven't told you," she said, her heart pounding. Kelechi's brow furrowed. "What is it?" She took a breath, the words spilling out like a melody she couldn't hold back. "I'm pregnant." The room stilled, the distant hum of traffic fading. Kelechi's eyes widened, a flicker of joy sparking before fear clouded them. "A child?" he whispered, his voice raw. Amara nodded, her hand instinctively resting on her stomach. She discovered it days ago, a quiet truth amid the storm of scandals. "I didn't know how to tell you. Not with everything falling apart." Kelechi rose, crossing the room to kneel before her, his hands gently taking hers. "This changes everything," he said, his voice thick with emotion. "Or maybe it makes everything clearer." But fear lingered in his gaze. Could they balance a family with their empires? Amara's tour would mean months away, grueling performances under global scrutiny. Kelechi's Dubai move was a high-stakes gamble, one that could secure their child's future but pull him from her side. The weight of their past, their betrayals, and their dreams pressed down, yet their love burned brighter, a flame refusing to die. They talked through the night, the Lagos dawn painting the sky gold. "We can't repeat 2015, Amara said, her voice fierce. "We can't choose ambition over us again." Kelechi nodded, his jaw set. "Then we don't. We find a way." Their solution was bold, defiant of the world's expectations. Amara would launch her tour, captivating audiences from Paris to Johannesburg, but she'd carve out breaks to return to Lagos. Kelechi would oversee his venture from Dubai, but he'd fly back monthly, their lives tethered by private jets and shared resolve. Their child would grow up in both worlds, Nigeria's vibrant heart and the global stage. Aboard a sleek Gulfstream jet, Lagos fading below as they headed to Dubai for Kelechi's launch, Amara's hand rested in his, their fingers entwined, her emerald ring catching the sunlight. "We're not just surviving this," Kelechi murmured, his lips brushing her temple. "We're building something new." Amara smiled, her heart full despite the uncertainty. Nigeria buzzed with their saga, ex-posts and tabloids hailing them as a power couple reborn from betrayal. Their tale, of love, ambition, and redemption, proved even billionaires couldn't escape the heart's pull. As the jet soared, they faced an unwritten future, together at last. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe to this channel for more and let me know in the comment section which country you are watching from.